Ah, hello. Welcome to how to make a faction. Now, I've seen a guide out there. I haven't seen any videos on it, and I'm sorry for the bad quality of recording because I'm literally in my basement. And so, let's get on with it. So, the first thing you want to do is design your ships. So, like, build something okay, something decent. You want to always have. Here's a building tip. Um, when making them, you always want to have tier 1, at least tier 1 filter text. So you when you build it, you build something that only contains tier 1 things. But if you wanted to be able to start from literal nothing, which is something I don't often do because it's not something I regularly do, you can turn off all tech, and then you can build a building that literally uses no tech. Don't mind these. These are just things that I'm testing for mod that I'm making. So I'm going to build something real simple here. So, like, per se, like a little tower with muskets. And some ammo. Some supply hatches, and voila. Put on like a little flag. Little flag. Coat of arms. I said coat of arms. And then, shoot, insufficient crew. Hold up. So, there we go. We don't really need to give commands to this because this is literally just tech 0. So we have a little tech 0 building. Let's name this something simple, like, well, something simple for us to remember when building. Well, when telling the AI what we want it to build. So tier, yeah, tier 1. Building. There, something simple. Doesn't matter if it has spaces or anything like that. Just make sure it doesn't have any brackets. Otherwise, the game will freak out. Also, make sure there's no, I forgot what it was called. This. Don't remember what that is. My memory is not the greatest, so we'll just create a new folder, new fac. And we'll just save it in there, and unfortunately, there we go. Save. And we also want to build them airship or land ship. I'm a very big land ship fan, but there's no tier 0 land ship equipment, so I'll very simply just build some small ship. Now, unfortunately, when testing mods, well, faction mods, like seeing if they appear and do what you want, there really isn't a thing for that I could find. I probably need to look harder because I'm not very good at doing that either. So, just gonna build a really simple ship as I did. So, small little ship with ammo, whatnot, crew. Where is it? Small little ship. We'll also just give this a nice little flag. We'll history and flag. We'll say, oh, whoa, hold up, it has insufficient crew. And I'm an idiot because this is not a building or land ship. It needs propulsion. So let me just quickly slap a sail onto the back of it, and then save it. Let me just also create a new folder here. Great. Save. Want to call this tier 1 ship, and I'm an idiot because I just realized that this isn't tier 1. This is tier 0. But it honestly doesn't matter for me because I build a lot of ships, and I've been doing this for quite a little bit. So, now that we got our simple ship design, you keep in mind you can add many, many, many ships. Like, many ships. So, once we've done this, we can simply just do this. Now, I've opened up the two file explorers for this already. So, we're going to create a new mod here because I'm teaching you how to make a faction, not how to do it yourself. So, we're just going to call this new fac. Open this folder. Now, since I am very great at forgetting things, and I've already forgotten because I am an idiot because I did not write a script or any of the such. So essentially, you're going to want to we're going to want to make a logo. So I forgot what resolution it was supposed to be. Let me just go over here really quickly. And I've already forgotten the resolution. Great. So I use GIMP to make the logos. I'm pretty sure you can use other things, and that's also the wrong thing because I'm not that great at doing things. My desktop is a mess. So, essentially, we're just going to want to make a quick logo to show you. Well, yeah, we're just going to want to make a quick logo here. So, I'm just going to pull this up and just remove a lot of this. Crap. You know what? I'm just gonna write something right over the top of it. Where is it? You know what? Perfect. So then we're gonna want to export this as a PNG. We're gonna want to name it logo. Export. Don't save changes to that. I really don't want to do that again. Although I probably need to update it. Where did they go? Oh God. So we're gonna want to take the logo that we just created, which is this one. We're gonna move it into that folder. So essentially the game will use this when you load it up, when you load up the mod or whatever. You can see, don't mind that, it's just random PNG I stole off the internet. So it uses whatever you give it, it won't resize it, it won't like squish it down. It'll just make copies of it or whatever. I learned that after using a cookie. Sad. So we're gonna want to go back over here. So the new faction, yes, the logo is here. So we're gonna want to make a new JSON file. Info.json, whatever. And we're just, so this is the description. This is the name. And this is the ID. So this is essentially the ID the game uses to identify mods or whatever. I don't remember because I'm not that good at remembering. So I'm just gonna... Perfect. Keep in mind, if two mods have the same ID, they will not work together. So just name this something like that. A new fac. There we go. And save. So we got that, but we don't have any of the mod. So we're gonna want to make a new folder, and we're gonna want to name this. Where is it? We're gonna want to name this construction strategy. Keep in mind, I'm no professional. I'm just some lunatic in their basement doing things. So let's see here. Where was it? Yes. So we're gonna want to make that. So I'm just gonna copy that because I'm not that good at spelling. take that, and here's your construction strategy folder. Now, just to let you know how this works. This works off of this folder right here. So essentially these are subfolders. So the game is very, very modular. As if you've ever played it, you know what I mean. But essentially, you can modify all sorts of things, such as map sizes and things. And so if you make a new thing so if you make a new folder, per se, like map size, and then we make a new thing over here, we can very easily make something like something ridiculous, like 86 nests, and then like 39 empires, and I don't remember what the grid size meant, and I don't know, grid size of 54, and that it will add that into the game. Oh, and also make sure to change the name, otherwise that will conflict with things, or overwrite vanilla thing, which is something I'm highly against doing. But you can go ahead and do that. Just depends on whatever you're making. So we're just gonna do something stupid, like something. Now, keep in mind when doing this, you're also gonna want to make a, what's it called, folder. You're gonna want to make, if you're adding new modules and such, go watch. The developer actually has a video on making things for the game, like how to make a mod and how to make weapons and such. You should go watch that if you're going to be doing that. But if you're just going to be adding a faction, you won't really need anything of the sorts. I'm just going to keep that in there for demonstration purposes. So we're going to want to go in here and make another JSON file and name it... crap, what did I do? We're just going to name it strategies. And let me quickly. Seriously, I need to stop making more factions. It's a problem. So, oh, actually, I should probably keep that up for also teaching you more things. So, essentially, the name of the faction. Essentially, I don't think it uses the name because I've encountered my factions many times and they don't actually use the name. And charges, they won't really use the charges, to be honest. If you want to use, like, the cultists, then let me scroll down here a bit. So there's a special thing called required charges, and that will essentially tell the game, hey, you have to use this charge in particular for this faction. If not, no. Yeah. I'm also bad at explaining things, if you haven't already noticed, and finding things. Oh yeah, here we go. Required charge. Now, required charge, where am I? That's actually the charge name. So if you want to find the charge name, go into the airships. The game, crap, that's not the game itself. Yeah, the game itself, right here. Sorry for very messy. This is my first video ever. So, in airship, crap, that's roaming. Go away. Airships. So, in here, if you want to find charge names, you can go over here to charges. Yeah, charges. RAM. You know, that's the RAM, that's the tower, and then the bonus that comes with it. So, let's see here. Let's see. So, faction, I think, uses wood. I think I used wood armor. I'm not exactly sure. So, we're going to use the tree charge. So, it has a chance of using... It'll be more... I believe that means it'll be more likely of using the charge. I'm not exactly sure. But I do believe that's what that means, I hope. Because I have put in charges and it doesn't use them. And I've also seen factions that don't use charges at all, which is concerning. So, these are landship tiers, upgrade sequences, building tiers, and all the such. So, since our faction doesn't use any tech, we don't need any tech, but if you do want to get tech, we go back to that one folder, which I've also very easily, conveniently lost. So we go back over here. If you're wondering where you can find this, you simply just go to your library, right-click on Airships Conquer the Skies. In your library, you go to Manage and Browse Files, and it'll pull it up right here. I just put shortcuts. And if you want to find the little mod area, you know, airships, it's in app data roaming airships game, and then mods. This is where you do it. So if you want to find tech, if you go down to tech in here, tech right here, so this is the cultist tech, and then tech. If you want to use custom techs, mods with custom tech trees, I'm not exactly sure how you're going to do that. You might have to talk to the developer of that mod, but you'd say we wanted to research military training. We don't, even though it doesn't use military training, we wanted to research it anyway. So we're gonna get it to research military training. So press enter, military training, and then quotes that. Want to make sure this is here, otherwise the game will scream at you to put it there. And then building tiers. So our building is ever so chalantly called, I forgot it because I'm an idiot. So tier 1 building. Unfortunately, you can't copy and paste the name. You actually have to type it in. So it was that one. No. Don't close that. Close that one. So simply, we just want to add brackets. Now, building tiers, these are the tiers, so it'll prioritize the ones at the top. So if I do tier 1 building, close that bracket and do that. I should have put that there. These are the building tiers. So if there was another building on top of this, and there isn't, but let's just say, just put that there for simplicity's sakes. Say there's another building up there. Also, you can do that if you want multiple buildings in a single tier. And it'll I believe it'll prioritize the one off to the right or the left. I don't remember. I think it's the one off to the right. Yeah, it's the one. Hold up. Let me just pull up. Where is it? Oh my god, I am so unorganized. Yeah. Yeah, it'll prioritize the ones to the right. So the top right is the ones we'll prioritize. So the building tier, so it'll build the ones down here if it doesn't have any of the tech to build the ones up here. So it'll build these ones and then build these ones once it has researched tech, like if it required military training. Now, upgrade sequences is a whole nother thing. I kind of just copy and paste that there because I'm lazy. But if it was building upgrade sequences, if say it built the tier 1 building, and it will just say that there's a tier 2 and there's a tier 3, just so I can talk easier. So it'll per se it has built the tier 1 building. So if it has this, and then it has the research or money or whatever, then it'll refit that building into this. But if it's up here, if it's up here, oh my god, if it's up here after those, above them, then it won't refit the building. I'm pretty sure. Usually it'll keep it if it has money, and it'll build a new building. If it has the tech, well, yeah, it will build the building, and it won't refit this building to that building. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But since I only have one building, none of that really matters. So we can just easily cut all this down. Now, the same thing goes for ship tiers, ship upgrade sequences. It'll refit them, yada, yada, yada. Same goes for land ships and stuff. Now, something to know about the tech. You must write down each one after the other. You can't just say, hey, go to advanced mallory, because it will somehow research advanced mallory without researching anything behind it. So it'll research advanced mallory, and if it required anything behind that, then it won't research it. The AI is just weird. So it has godlike powers. I've actually seen them build a ship on a state before. I still don't know how that happened, but it didn't happen again. It just happened once, which is strange. So let's just name this something ridiculous like hi. Yes. Usually what me and my friend name the server. So they have I think that means they have a higher chance of using the tree thing, and this should be, oh, I forgot the ship tiers. So I'm gonna want to go all the way back here, go to airship, go to here, and it's this. So I'm gonna quickly put that down. Yeah. Just as a joke, I'm gonna add this into my mod. My other mod. Just to screw with some of my friends. So... same thing as this down here. Now, since it's literally just the same thing with one ship, I'm literally just going to copy and paste this down here. Now, if you don't have any land ships, you just leave it blank like this. Don't actually delete that. I'm pretty sure the game will scream at you if you do, unfortunately. So, yeah, this is literally the entire thing. So, let's save that, and since we have put that into the game, well, essentially told it what exists in there, then we can make another folder and ships and buildings. Now these two, essentially these two folders essentially correlate with the ships that are in the mod. So you put your building designs. So if I go over here in roaming airships, buildings, this is essentially all your buildings that you've made, all of them. So we're gonna want to go to whatever you named it and whatever you called it, and we're going to, if you still want to be able to build them, you just keep them there, but I just copy and paste them over here. Yeah, those are buildings. So there's our buildings for the faction, and then the ships, which is the same thing. Yeah, okay, these are ships, not land ships. New fac. Copy, paste. It doesn't matter if the ship is named the same ship over here, because these actually get moved to an entirely different folder directory. So it literally will not matter. Like, you could literally call a ship. Also, just to let you know, it will randomize the ship names for you, so you don't have to have random names for your ships. If I go over here, the developer has ever so kindly made that a thing. So you don't have to give your ships individual names for each single ship, which is a blessing. So, essentially, we have our entire mod. So if we go over here and go back to our mods and hit reload, let's hope I didn't screw anything up. It's generating graphics for something that I don't know. Ah, here it is, new fact. You can see the tiny green text that I've made. Now, this now exists in the game. You can publish it to Steam. Make sure you agree to Steam agreements. Now, if we hit apply, it shall load all of our game data. Then we could leave, and then we can go to this conquest, new conquest. Oh yeah, also it made the map size. So map size something. I'm obviously not going to keep that. I'm also going to upload the mod. And the file, I'm gonna try to make it so you can download the files. I have no idea how to do that onto the internet because I am not that good at things. So yeah, let's just set all this up. start this. Ah, yes. Corned worm. It's cooked, too. Oh. Don't worry about... Oh, yeah. I may have made the map size a bit too big. So I might have just crashed... I've crashed my game. Ignore that. That wasn't the mod. That was just me being stupid and making some sort of map size that shouldn't exist in the game. So if I open this back up again... Come on, look quicker. So if I go to conquest and conquest, large, not something, because god, that will crash the game again. Because I made it too big. So now we wait for it to load. How long is this recording? I swear, if none of the audio saves, I'm not gonna be happy. Yeah, when there's so depending on the ships and the way you made it, the game decides when and how to spawn it in. Also, there is a, oh yeah, let me show you this. There is a thing, if I can find it. Oh yeah, okay, so if I go back to Airships Conquer the Skies, and then go to construction strategy. So if we go back to construction strategy, this is mostly I just take all this and hit it until it works, to be honest. It's the only real way to figure most things out in this, because I haven't found a guide to what most things are, and it's a bit sad. But it's fine. The developer is busy working on a new update for the game. That's probably going to be massive. I'm happy there's going to be a new update, because he's very busy on a diplomacy update, and I can't wait until it comes out. So if I find it really quickly... So if I find... Oh yeah, minimum difficulty. So essentially, if you want to build like a really hard faction, and you only want it to spawn in a certain difficulty... Minimum difficulty level essentially means that the game will only spawn in this faction if the difficulty level is this or above. And Jesus, those laser ships are scary. Especially against my modded equipment. They're still scary. Especially heavy cannons. My concrete really doesn't like it. So essentially, I should have added that mod that gave me a ridiculous amount of money for testing. And okay, so we're gonna quickly send spies to every area. I've already told you how to make the faction, so if you want to go, you can go. I'm just trying to see if it's spawned in at this point. So that was pretty much it. So yeah, this is the majority of it. Well, majority of my time is looking for the bloody thing, seeing if it actually spawned in, which it usually will. It will spawn in. The game will spawn it in. It's just that sometimes it can be ludicrously rare for it to spawn in, and I have no idea. Man, they don't have no money. Either that or they have an invalid design. Well, let me quickly look at their ships and see what they are. Hey, my faction has spawned in. So this is, yeah, I may have made a terrible mistake with the building, but that is fine. As you can quickly see, the ships have spawned in. The game probably sees them as not much of a threat. I don't know how exactly this game works when it comes to determining factions, but as you can see, it spawned in with their little flags and everything, their tiny little hatches, a little hull, sail, 2 little muskets in the front, and absolutely no defenses, because I'm stupid. Yeah, so I've essentially, in a nutshell, made a faction that spams a bunch of useless ships, which is always great to know when you have something that's easier to fight off and not too much of a threat. So, in conclusion, that summarizes up. Well, no, actually, no. God, this is not an essay. So overall, that essentially I've just showed you how to make a ship. Well, a faction, not a ship. So I've essentially showed you how to make a faction. I'm obviously not going to show you how to upload it because you probably already know how to upload it, because I just pointed out the button. You got shine user agreements. But if a little like red error thing shows up, it usually points out to what's wrong, and you can fix it relatively easily. Now, I'm using Notepad to make everything because I have no idea what I'm doing, so, I guess that's the end of the video. Have fun making your own custom factions. Don't make anything stupid, please. And, have a good day. Yeah.